this real quick because it's looking real ugly in the frame. 好逗了，对不对？一点都不好啊！ Hey everyone and welcome back to Gladly Global. My name is Ray and I like manatees and I forgot how to do this! My name is Ray and I'm a language coach and language lover, and at the moment I'm currently sprinting learning Mandarin. So in light of my Mandarin sprint, so if you go back to my yearly goals, I was actually planning to start Mandarin this summer, which I did.
I'd like to solidify my HSK 3 knowledge and move confidently into HSK 4 while building my speaking level.
I decided to partner with LTL to test out a new language learning system, a language teaching platform. Mandarin teachers that I found before, it was a little bit much for my style of learning. I like to relax and learn languages and learn in a very my pace kind of way. That's a bit difficult sometimes depending on the teacher's teaching style. So of course this is not for everybody, but I decided to try at LTL. I also have a discount code for you that I will be releasing towards the end of the video, and it'll also be in the description box below. Who is LTL? So I wanted to say that I went to Taiwan before, and when I was in Taiwan, I had actually heard about LTL because there are two schools that have a similar style in person where you can like drop in for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even 3 months and learn Mandarin where you are, from where you are, and there's lots of little mini classes. But I had not gone to LTL, I had actually gone to the other school. But I had already like 听过他们的大名. I had already known about them, and so when I saw that they were coming online, I was super excited because obviously I'm not in Taiwan right now, even though I really wish I was in Taiwan. The other cool thing about LTL is that they are a school that focuses on immersive learning. So if you spend any time on this channel at all, and if you're new here, then I'll just tell you right out, I love immersion tactics a lot. I personally am huge into that style of learning. I really enjoy learning language through natural ways, learning it with native sources, songs, music, thinking about ideas or specific scenarios in my head, then using those scenarios to springboard into a new section of language, etc, etc. That's my thing, and LTL's thing is also my thing. We share a thing. When I saw that they're a bit similar to me in that sense, I was even more excited to work with them and learn more about them. I'm even thinking in the future I would love to go on a physical trip or one of their immersion trips in China and Taiwan when the pandemic calms down and blows over a bit. So what is Flexi classes? How do Flexi classes work with LTL? What is it even all about? What does it even mean? What is it? Basically, Flexi classes is a method for the school to allow you to pick up exactly where you want to. And it'll list the entire curriculum for a level based on the HSK system, and then you can click on the class that you'd like to take specifically and schedule it in. So then the coolest part about these lessons is that actually the PDFs and the descriptions, the curriculum outline is all there for you before you book the lessons. So if you're feeling a bit anxious or you're worried that it'll be too fast-paced for you, etc., you can look at the PDF, go through the PDF ahead of time, study a little bit before the class starts, and all that sort of thing. And then for me, what I like is sometimes, because I study it on my own mostly and I'm not going to a class, I might know a topic vaguely but not really know a topic. So since I can go into that PDF, I can see how many words I don't know, or if the grammar feels like I kind of know it but I don't really know it. And so then it helps me to influence my decision on whether I would like to review a certain topic or not review a certain topic. And then I have the power to also see it, so it's in my mind's eye. It's an amazingly powerful system. What's nice, again, for self-study learners is that if you have already done specific things, say, I know how to talk about birthdays really easy in HSK2, but I have no idea how to talk about going to the train station in HSK2, for example. For you who have not done things in order, you can also choose specific lessons throughout the levels without having to go through a whole system or buy a whole book, etc. So you can have like a really targeted experience, which I think is super cool. In addition, there are some extra features that you can also get into. For example, there is a forum page where you can go and you can read some blog posts written by people, or you can write some things there. You can ask questions, interact with teachers. I think it's really cool. I'm hoping that they'll actually extend it in the future to having like a Discord or a community, like a Google Classroom or something, so that you can actually like text and ask questions, so interact a little bit more with other students on a less formal level is what I hope is the next step. But as for right now, the forum is really nice, because if you get an italki tutor or a one-on-one tutor, it's just you, and maybe it might be a little bit like you don't feel the school aspect of it. So it's always nice when an online platform makes the extra effort to kind of give you that full school experience, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's talk about my specific experiences now. So I took maybe 5 classes since I started working with them. So I did a lot of extensive looking into LTL, because I don't like talking about things that I don't seriously believe in, because like, yeah, so I have been studying with them for at least a month and a half before I'm coming here to come talk to you about it. I also got my dad to do it on a beginner level, so I'll tell you about that in a minute. But for me, I really enjoyed it. I think there were some teachers that I liked more than others. The only thing about doing group lessons is that you can't choose the teacher specifically. You won't know exactly who will show up. But I find that if teachers, like if you and a teacher have a good vibe, the teacher also knows and selects your classes. I have a feeling. This is a hunch. I don't actually know if it's true, but I have a feeling that that's the case, because sometimes I like a teacher and I see that they appear again when I schedule lessons. The best part about it for me as an intermediate learner is that they speak in Mandarin for majority of it, as well as they're not just going off the PDF. It's also using things on the outside and forcing me to practice, because with Mandarin I feel that no matter how much you understand what's going on, the practice is actually going to be the biggest thing. I mean, I guess that's every language, but Mandarin especially, because you can't, with an English brain, you can't really logic out the grammar sometimes. It's like, it's really, you just need to feel it in your bones. At least that's my opinion. I had 3 main tutors that I've had over the last month and a half. 2 of them I felt were absolutely phenomenal. One of them was not that great, sad to say, but I gave feedback, as well as you can, after every lesson you give feedback, and LTL is actually looking for more and more feedback because they want to improve their lessons as much as possible online. And I felt that the reason why I didn't love her is because I could feel that she didn't have as much experience teaching, so she wasn't sure how much she should leave the PDF or how to connect the PDF to outside examples. So once again, I felt that was a little The other thing is that the PDF does have some mistakes. So like sometimes the pinyin is written incorrectly, or the English translations are very confusing. But I think, considering that those PDFs are free for us to download even without paying for the classes, that it's not too much of a bad thing. It's not too much of a jarring thing, especially if you have the teacher to help you. It's just something that you should be aware of, so that you don't you make sure to still write notes as you're going along, because I think it's very important to write notes while you're studying with the teacher, because sometimes you can get lost when you go back and look at those notes. Actually, that's another cool feature that I like, that they actually all the stuff that they write on the PDF during the lesson, they then upload it back into the back end of the platform, and they put it in there so that you can access it like under my done lessons or my finished lessons, and that is super powerful as well. I really love that about it. It's super cool.
我们可以加没有 A 没有 B 那条例读
这个 B D D
My dad's experience as a beginner.
Very cool, very correct, yeah, correct. 他吃中国菜。
他 is like you or she or something. 他 他吃中国菜。
So I tried to get my dad to make a clip for this, and they're just too busy, and it never. But you can see I have them learning here, and like have some of their notes and things like that. I watched my dad take a few lessons as well as do lessons with me, and I saw how he responded both in the lesson with the teacher and with me. And I would say that the only issue, not necessarily issue, but thing that makes it a bit difficult for beginners is that the teachers are, most of them are not the greatest with English, I felt, or they may be heavily accented, which sometimes is difficult via the computer. So it's not actually about the learning itself, because if you were in real life, then the accent is not a problem at all, especially when you're learning a language from somebody. It's like, you know, they don't need to speak your native language. However, through the computer, I think that there's a lot that is lost without that face-to-face connection. So for a beginner, it can be a little bit difficult. That being said, my dad is not a language learner. He's never spent time learning another language. He swears blind that he will never speak another language. Like he thinks that he's so bad, but he's always wanted to learn Mandarin, and he says it all the time that he's gonna do it. So I said this is the perfect opportunity to start. And he was like actually making some progress in the lesson. He would say a lot that his tongue is getting fat, meaning that even if he intended to say one thing, he might not actually say that because his mouth was getting tired. But even though they were not communicating directly because the English was just so, and I think that some of the things that the teacher said went straight over my dad's head, he still was able to make sentences by the end of the lesson and improve much faster than when I was teaching him, because he felt the immersive situation of the lesson. And so I think that if you're not too nervous of a person, that Flexi classes can be really great for you. If you are a bit anxious, it might not be the best thing right off the bat. You might want to start maybe HSK2 or something like that. But overall, I think it was an amazing experience. And I was really proud of my dad. Some final words about LTL. I just really love the fact that they are a small company. You can talk directly to the people who are organizing things. They are really looking for a lot of feedback, and they're very open and supportive people. I asked more specifically about how they support their teachers, and they do train them and help them speak directly to their teachers. And yeah, so I think that if you're looking for some Mandarin classes, this could be the one for you. This could be the right ticket. I think that for me, I'm really enjoying it, and that I'm going to continue with Flexi classes until the end of the year, until I feel more comfortable in Mandarin. If you're interested in taking a class with LTL, then what you can do is use this code. Use this code to get 20% off any package or lesson that you purchase. And let me know if you have any questions about LTL classes or my experiences specifically in the comment section down below. I know how it can feel, I know how it can be so nerve-wracking to start a new lesson with someone or to find a teacher. So if you have any concerns, make sure to leave them down below. So I would love to help them grow as well, because that's one of the things that I love. I love like sticking with a company from the beginning and continuing until they're just, yes, that's also a great feeling, I think, for me at least. I don't know if anyone cares, but I care. Okay, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have ideas for other videos, you can leave them down below. Subscribe so that you can see the next part of this video. We have a Mandarin sprint, as well as we have an Italian challenge coming up very soon. So if you want to see more language related videos and my green hair and beautiful face, then make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
冷多了 pass 用中文是什么说